Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Eclectic Knitter Podcast. My name, of course, is Raylene. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Come On a Knits. Show notes for this episode, as always, are posted at theeclecticknitter.com. You can find episodes on YouTube and iTunes, and of course on the blog. It is February 3rd. It's 9:41 in the evening. I know this isn't the greatest location or picture quality, but it shows the colors okay. So yeah, and with my living situation, it is what it is. You can record when you can. So it's not as good as I would like it to be, but I have enough progress that I felt that I should show some stuff. So first we'll do finished objects. These are my Perfection socks. This is Lollipop Yarn's Beefcake base in the Perfection colorway. And I did contrasting cuffs and toes, but not heels. And these are for a friend. I need to ship them out. I need to get her address and then ship them out. Next, I finished my Miranda sweater. This is washed and blocked. I ended up having to cut it a bit short, so I skipped the last couple of rows of the chart and then only was able to do 2 rows of ribbing, but it doesn't flip up at all, so I feel okay with that. It fits nicely. I wore it the other day. I also didn't have enough yarn. You can see here on the edges that I cast off with a different color on the sleeves. This is out of Elspeth Lavold Silky Wool XL in the number 9 or dark turquoise colorway. For me, this is the 53-inch size, but I think my gauge is off from the pattern, which is what I wanted. And I got this sweater for myself out of about 900 yards, so it's really good. I'm very happy with it that it's finally reknit. And then I also finished my pavement sweater. This is a sweater by Vera Valimaki. And this was knit out of Madeline Tosh Work Sock in the pavement colorway at a slightly larger gauge than what is called for in the pattern. So it was knit on US size 6s. It's a sport weight merino nylon blend. And if I was to do this again, which I might, I think I would do more short rows, because if you look in the picture, my short rows do not seem to come down as far, but I followed the pattern, so I don't know. It fits, it's just the neckline's really wide, I find, so my bra straps show. So I need to wear it with a nude bra or wear a shirt underneath, which is fine, but I'm really, really happy with this. Really nice pattern, really quick knit. Love the yarn. Absolutely love this yarn. So those are my finished objects. I don't have any spinning finished objects. And for works in progress, what do I have here? My Sugar Plum socks. I finished the first sock. This is Nomadic Yarns, Spark sock in Sugared Plums. And this is for my mom. This is a 64 stitch sock knit on a US 0. That's a 2.0 millimeter needle. And it's going to have an afterthought heel. I have not cast on the second one. And then I pulled out a Gales sock blank. This is the December Club colorway called Winter is Boring. And I started a sock. So I'm past the heel. I did a Fish Lips Kiss heel. These I'm knitting on US 1.0. It's a 2.25 millimeter needle. And they are so bright and speckly. They're wonderful. And then I actually worked on my Leaves of Grass shawl. This is a shawl that I started in the summer. It's for my mum. So I finished the body of it, and I have done 2 repeats of the knitted on edging. This is out of Woolmiza lace yarn in a weird different denim-y kind of blue. I have to do like 72 repeats of that knitted on edging. The edging chart is 16 rows and you attach on 8 stitches. You attach on, like, do a knit 2 together with the edge every right side row. So there's almost like 550 stitches on the needle. So divide that by 8, you're doing like over 70 repeats. So I don't know when that will be done, and I won't be able to block it here anyway. But that's okay. This may be a really short show, but that's okay. I actually brought out my spinning. I've been spinning a lot today. So I've been working on this organic Polworth by Ethereal Fiber Arts, and I actually brought what's left of the braid out. So it has these yellows, and then it goes into this blue, and then back to yellow. This is all I have left of it. I had 5 ounces to start, and this is my bobbin. So you can see on the edge there, you can see that really bright yellow. Yeah. So it's spinning up nice and fine. I'm going to Navajo ply it. I'm hoping to get a sport, or it'll probably be a sport or a DK. And then I want to do a boomerang out of it. And I'm surprised, like, it's packed quite tightly onto the bobbin, and right now I'm doing a short forward draw, and it's still got like quite a bit of spring to it. Like, I can squish it quite a bit. So that's very nice. My Aquina scarf is still in hibernation. I haven't touched it recently. I put on like a row and a half onto my granny stripe afghan. And then I finished 2 sweaters, and I kind of want to cast on another one, but I need to wind yarn, and I don't really have a place that I can do that here, and my parents are gone for 2 months on vacation, so I can't go to their place and do it because there's people staying at their place to watch out for their place. And I realized something, because the last couple sweaters, like, I wear my flax that I did out of Malintasha Vintage in the Steam Age colorway quite regularly, and I wear my worsted boxy that I did out of Pashmina worsted, and then I just finished another 2 pullovers, and I've already worn my Miranda once with a gray long sleeve shirt underneath. I haven't worn my Pavement yet, but I don't know why I've been knitting previous to this. I knit a lot of cardigans. I wear pullovers. I wear sweaters. I don't wear a lot of cardigans usually. Sometimes I will. Like in the summer at work, I always had a cardigan along because it was cold in the basement where I was working. But really, day to day in the winter, I wear sweaters. I wear pullovers. So I don't know why I kept knitting cardigans. And I've had really good results knitting pullovers as opposed to cardigans, I guess. Like, I never wear my palm to pin because it's a little bit tight, and so the buttons pull. And also I find that yarn it's Barocco Ultra Alpaca Fine. I find it kind of scratchy on my neck because of the alpaca content, and the palm to pin has like a really high kind of shawl collar. My featherweight I don't really wear. I don't like the way it fits on my shoulders because it's a raglan cardigan and it doesn't sit very nice and it always kind of falls off. My Graham cardigan, I've worn that one a lot. That has a set-in sleeve and then it's got a zipper, which I put in, or I had my mom put in. That one I wear quite a bit in the fall as like a jacket kind of thing, but it kind of pulls back and I always have to pull it forward. So that's kind of annoying, but pullovers. Why have I not been knitting pullovers? And because of my size, I find it hard sometimes to find sweaters that go up to my size. But like the pavement technically only goes up to a 55 inch, and you're supposed to wear it with 5 inches of positive ease. So that's really a 50-inch bust. Well, I'm like 10 inches bigger than that. So I knit it at a looser gauge and a slightly bigger yarn. And I got a size that has a little bit of ease. Maybe not 5 inches, but it has a little bit of ease. It's not like super tight. And it's a really nice yarn that I really like, and I really like the gauge that it's at, and it's still loose and drapey. And then vintage, Madeline Tosh vintage is like a heavy worsted weight, and I really like it at 16 stitches per inch. And I know exactly what needle to knit it on to get that after it's washed and blocked. So I can do that for worsted weight cardigans that are knit at 20 stitches per inch. I can knit them at a slightly larger gauge. With a worsted weight yarn and potentially get a pullover that I really like. So I'm really excited about working with that and figuring out how I can make that work a little bit better for me just by changing the gauge. So still following the same numbers in the pattern and everything, just getting a different size because my gauge is different. So yeah, I'm excited to continue working with that. I'm excited to do more pullovers, because that's what I wear. Isn't it amazing that you figure out like 7 years into knitting, after knitting, you know, how many sweaters and cardigans and stuff, what you actually wear is what you should actually knit. And I know I'm not the only one, so Okay, so it did run out and it cut off the video, but I was gonna end it anyway. So, um, yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying what you're knitting. I hope I can figure out another sweater to knit soon. Um, and I hope you're having a wonderful time. Have a great week. Bye.